Okay. So what was your last session?
Yeah, our last session is on hooks.
Okay, hooks. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So okay, so for the uh, today we are going to see the Redux, like React Redux. How do we like integrate in our React app? Okay, so before starting,
Okay.
we'll see like what we are going to check here. So what is Redux and why to use Redux? We'll check that. Then for the Redux, we have three principles. So we'll see that. Then some of the JavaScript concept we are going to use there. So we'll check that. And then reducer function. So what exactly is there inside the reducer? We will check that. Then we will have uh, we'll work with one example. We'll go through that and we'll learn how to integrate. Then we have methods like combining reducers and some of other methods. So we'll check that. Then alternatives of Redux and some of the references are there. Okay. So before starting to the Redux, do you know the props and state?
Yes, Sangar.
Yeah.
Yes, Sangar. We
Yeah.
are already.
So the state are like immutable. We cannot change it directly. And the props are like, no, sorry. The props are like immutable. We cannot change it directly. And the state we can change with the help of some functions. In Redux, we have dispatch method. With the help of that, we change the state value. So in a like on the screen, you can see how do we pass the data. Let's say there is an app component. So in the tree we are going to see there are some components are there. So app.js is the main file. So inside that we have like two components, yellow one and the other one, and all the components are there like in a hierarchy. Okay, so if you want to perform operation on the blue component, like blue wala circle, okay, and if you want to use the value from the app, we can easily use, right, by passing to the props to the yellow, and then we can pass to the blue one. Okay, so but if you want to like update something from the blue and we want to use that data in an app component which is in a parent component, right? So that time there is a problem, like in a React it is like unidirectional. We can just pass the props from parent to the child. We cannot pass to the child to parent. So here is a problem, like we cannot directly pass from child to the parent. So for passing that we have some solutions, like in a solution we have like React hooks. Some React hooks are there. Context API is there. You might have learned that, or you might will learn. Okay, so in a context what we have, like it is the same thing which we do in a Redux, but in a context what we have, like there is a context provider here where all the data is there in a provider, and we wrap that main component which is the parent component app. And in a app we app is a like super parent component. Inside inside the app all other components are there. So what we do, we give the provider there, and inside the provider we pass the data. So if you want to use the data, like if you want to use the properties there in other component, we have to use the consumer. So with the help of consumer we get the data. So this is like context API thing. Okay, so the same structure follows the Redux, but if you see the context API is in the React library only. We don't need to use the, other extra library. But in a Redux we have extra library which is we need Redux as well as React Redux. So these are the libraries we need while we are integrating in our React app. Okay, so uh, yeah, but like it up to you like which approach you have to use. You can use context API as well as the Redux, but the main thing is like if your application is bigger, then we preferably use the Redux. So that handling is more easier than the context API, we can say that. Okay. So first we will go through the slides and then we will check the example. Okay, it works for you?
Yes, Sandesh.
Yeah. Okay. So are you getting me, or like if you have any question, yeah, just ping me.
Yeah, sure, Sandesh. We will be.
Yeah. So here we have like Redux store, which is outside of all the components. We have app component, then again we have some other components are there, and all are connected with the Redux store. So Redux store is like just a store, we can say, and inside that we have all the information which we want to share across the application. So there we mention all the properties, and for connecting that we have some functions. With the help of that we can connect our component with Redux store. Okay. So here in an example, like in a slide, you can see the difference between with Redux and without Redux. So what is Redux? Redux is an open source JavaScript library for managing and centralized application state. It is most commonly used library such as React or Angular. Okay. So it is used for centralized store, which with the help of that centralized store, we can access all the data to across the application, like all the components. We don't need to pass it from parent to child and again child to child. So likewise, so in a without Redux diagram, you can see the arrows are there, like parent to child, again child to parent. So all operations are there. So instead of passing props, let's say you have a component which is app, and below that there is a uh, parent one and then child one, and inside the child one, if you want the props from the like app component, so what you can do, like usually what you do, you pass the props to the parent one component and then again pass it to the child. So this is nesting is there, so that we called it as like props drilling. So we pass all the properties through across all the component which are going through. So instead of that, we have a Redux store. We can use that. We don't need to pass across all the component. We can use the store properties wherever we want. Okay. So for the Redux, we have like three principles, which are like single source of truth. It's like maintaining the data in a single store. There is only one store is there in a Redux. And then the second property is like state is read only. So the state we cannot directly modify. If you want to modify some data, so you need to go through the actions. So in a Redux we have three things. One is action, other is store, and then we have the view, like whatever we can see there the data there is that. Okay. Then we have some JavaScript functions, JavaScript concept. You know arrow functions? Most of you
Yes,
have used
Sandesh.
in the
Yes.
application I have seen. You have used that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So these are the like things we are going to use there in our like Redux. Then we have object dot assign, where we can assign the properties to the particular object. Then we have immutable array functions, like if you don't want to modify the array and if you want to perform any action, we can use that. So in a immutable array function we have some like shift, unshift, these are types of like operations there. Then again in immutable we have destructuring and spread also. You know destructuring?
Yes, Sandesh.
Yeah. Okay. So here is object dot assign, we'll see that. I added one link here. It's not opening. Why? So here is object.assign method. So here we have the target, which is object, normal object. Then we have source. So in like here we are assigning this source value into the target. So here we are updating the target directly. We are not like making new reference. We are keeping the same reference there and we are adding the properties there. So here is object.assign. Then immutable array functions are, as I said, we have some methods like shift, unshift, pop, push. So these are the methods, you know that, right? Then function parameters like normal function, like if you want to pass some value, we pass the default value there. Then destructuring, you know destructuring. Hello.
Yes, Sangharsh, we are aware of that.
Okay, okay. So and then spread, rest, and fetch promises. Fetch and promises, you might know that you use, I guess, for getting the data from the server, right?
Yes, Sangharsh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, yeah. So here we can see the main difference between Flux and Redux. Flux, it is like architecture which used by the like Facebook, and in a Flux we have like multiple stores, and in the Redux we have only one single store, and these are some differences are there. So basically Redux comes from the Flux, like Redux uses the same architecture for the Flux, but it has single store, and there is only one source of truth. Like we have just a single store, and we can update through the reducers only the properties. Okay, then here you can see the reducer action and store. So the store is just like normal object, we can say the default value which we want to share across the application. We keep that there in a store, right? Then we can use that on UI, like in our components through some methods. We'll check that later. uh, if you want to modify something inside that card, like here we have a card. So inside card we have id and quantity is their normal one object. And if you want to modify something, uh, like for the card we have a action. With the help of action only we can like modify the store value. So action, you can see it's a normal object, pure object, which contains the type and payload. The type specifies uh, what exactly we have to do there in the like reducer. So that specifies there. And the payload means like whatever the data we are passing through. So that data is going to modify the store. And in a reducer you can see it's a pure function where we have the two things. One is state and another is like action. So in action we get these two things, types and payload, right? And inside the reducer we have a switch case. Then we check there what exactly operation we have to perform, and accordingly we perform the operation and return the state. So once it is written, we get again, like this cycle is going on, this cycle like uh, circulating the state value, we can say. Okay, okay, now what we will do, we will check one
Sangharsh,
example.
just a minute.
Yeah,
Uh, in the previous slide, what is called source truth? In
one
the
second.
ninth slide, one source truth. In the ninth slide, previous slide,
Yeah,
one source truth and multiple source truth. And I didn't get that point. What does it?
yeah. So actually, it is the Redux have only one store, right? So for the single store, if we have multiple reducers, we have to combine all the reducers and keep it in a single store. So whenever we passing the store to particular component, so that time we have a single store. But in a Flux,
Okay.
we can have multiple stores.
Okay.
Yeah, means in a store, like we can modify through only the actions, right? Here also we can modify through the actions, but it have like multiple stores.
Okay.
Multiple
For
stores
multiple
means like,
influx in for multiple stores, there is what we call reducers. Also, there are multiples, or there are different reducers for different stores like that.
yes, we can say that. Like reducers, in a Redux we use reducers, right? But in a Flux
Yes.
we have like multiple stores, different stores. So we perform the operation through like a particular store only.
Okay, Sanghas.
Yeah, like in example you can see here, the Redux, we have single store, like the card is there, right? So this is the single store. So likewise multiple stores are there. So if you perform operation on any store, so that only takes care of that particular component. But here we have only one store. So the data is like more centralized, and we can say only in one place, not on multiple places.
Okay, Sanghas. It's clear.
Yeah.
Here, the use reducer syntax is somewhat similar to Redux.
Yeah. Both are like little bit same, we can say. But what we have, like in use reducer, we don't have centralized store. So in a
Ah,
use
yes,
reducer, we generally we pass the state, right?
yes.
Initial state. So everywhere we are passing the initial state there. But here we don't need to pass anything. We'll just have
Okay.
to like perform the action. Once the action is performed, we'll get the updated data.
Yes, okay, Sanghas.
Yeah. So now we'll check one example, normal example, counter example I have. So we'll check that. Okay. So here I have created one counter which increase by 2. Like if you click on the plus, it increases by 2, and we are using that. So it's a single reducer we have used here. So what we will do, we'll check the code. Okay, firstly I will remove all the things so that you will get better idea. Okay. Let's check it is working or not. Yeah, it is working. Okay. Why it is not closing?
Well, that's a disappointment.
Okay, so as like we have seen, there was a counter. So we'll create one component here. So we'll create one folder, pages. We can give any name, like as per your folder structure, whatever you have chosen. So here I am giving the pages, and inside that I'm creating new folder which is counter, and inside the counter I'm creating new file index.tsx. Okay, so here I am creating new component. Counter. Let's say it's working or not. Yeah, it is imported properly. Okay, so now we need two buttons, which is plus and minus. So here we have two buttons. Okay, we'll wrap it in a div so that it will come down. Okay, so about that we'll show div count. Okay, so now we want to implement the Redux, right? So for the integrating Redux, we need two libraries. Like here we have React Redux and other one is Redux. So you know how to install the library. Okay, we'll do that.
Yes, Sanghas, we know that. It's just npm install and Redux, right?
Yeah, sure. We know that. Okay, so I have already installed React Redux and the Redux. Okay. So here, as I said, we need action, store, and reducers, right? So here we'll create new file, which is actions.tsx. Okay, so here we'll create new action, export const add, or how we can say increment. Okay, so as I said, this is just a normal function which has two things. One is type. The type will give increment, and other is payload. If we are passing any payload, like if you modify something which we are passing to that function, then we use payload. Here we are passing the payload as a number, so we'll give the type as a number, then payload. Left side of comma operators. Okay, so here we are just returning this object while you are calling this increment, right? So this is one type of action. Then we'll create another one like decrement. Okay. So now we have created two actions there. We need one reducer function. So we'll create new file. So while training like going on that time, do you make do you like do the changes on your machine as well, or like what?
Yeah, no, actually, we got some time in the middle of the session to do whatever they did, or like some more additions to the perform what we have done in the session like that, or else after the completion of session we got an assignment like that.
Okay, okay, okay. Then like
So if you
continue.
said to do like that, we will do. That's not an issue.
Okay, okay, okay. Then like we'll continue now, and we have an application which is in training, right? You have created login page
Yes,
and you have
Sankash.
used.
Yes,
So I
yes,
will do
Sankash.
one thing like we'll show here how to integrate the reducer, and you will integrate there in your application. Is it work?
Okay, Sankash. Yeah, okay, Sankash.
Yeah. Okay, now we create reducer.tsx. Here we have a pure function, as I said. Export const counter reducer, which takes two things. One is state and another is action. So here we have to pass the store value, like initial value. So we'll do here const initial state, which has count equal to 0. Okay. So for the state, we will pass initial state default value. Then we can use here the switch as well as if else, like whatever you want to use, you can use it here. Okay. So the action type we have to pass. Okay, for now we'll give the any, or we can create here const action payload type. It should be interface. Then we have type, which is string, and payload, which is number. Okay. Now we have to like add the reducer here, reducer function. So here now we are using the switch. Okay. And as I said, we pass the type. So with the help of type, we modify our store value, right? So here we'll pass action dot type. Then we have case, which is increment. It should be string increment, and then we'll return state and count
We have to increase the count.
plus payload. We can destructure here. As I said, we use destructure const type and the payload. We get it from the action. Here we are adding the payload. Okay. Then there is another case which is decrement. it should return normal state. This triple dot state means all the properties which are there inside the state which are included in this object. Do you know that? REST operator.
Yes, yes, Sangharsh. It's
So
spread operator, right?
Spread operator, yes.
yes, spread operator, right? And then count minus payload. So basically what we are doing, we are just adding the payload value there inside the count and removing, like decrementing the payload value through the decrement action. So here we need to specify what exactly we have to do with the state. Then we should have default case which return the state. Okay, so here we are ready with the counter reducer and the actions. Okay, as of now, do you have any questions?
No, Sangarsh. Everything is clear.
Okay, are you getting me now?
Yes, Sangharsh.
Okay, great. So here we have a reducer and here we have actions. Now we have to like pass the store to our main component, which is the app component. App is our parent component. Everything is there inside the app. So we have to pass our store to this app component. Okay. So here we need provider. So provider comes from React Redux, right? Then we have to wrap this app component to into the provider, and in a provider we pass the store. Here is the store. So store reducer means store. It is not like reducer means store. We have to create the store with the reducer. So here in this case we have just a single reducer. So if we have multiple reducers, we have a method like combine reducer. With the help of that we can combine all the reducers. Okay, as we were discussing, it has a single store. So this is the store, like single store. So inside the store we have to pass the values. So here we have reducer, and here we have action. So now we have to create one store file, which is new file, store.tsx. Okay, so here we have to create the store. Const store equal to, there is a method like create store, but actually nowadays in a Redux we have a new method like combine reducer, sorry, configure store. So generally we use that nowadays, but this is like legacy code, so we have to import it here. So 1 second, that's why it is strike through, showing strike through here. So here you can see, yeah. So likewise we have to import the store. In the latest version of the Redux, we don't have the create store. Earlier we had the create store, but now we have the configure store method. But this method is only used in Redux toolkit. Okay, so in a create store we have to pass the reducer. So here we have to import our reducers, which is counter reducer. So for creating the store, we have a method like create store, and we have to pass the reducer here. And if we have a multiple reducer, we have a method like root reducer equal to combine reducer. And here we can pass all the reducers one after another. So all are combined and there will be one single root reducer, and that reducer we have to pass to the create store. Okay. So in this case, we have just one reducer. So this reducer should be exported from here. And we have to import that here. Okay. So we have imported properly, and we can check now. This is the provider. As we like see in the context API as well, there was a provider and the consumer. But what is the difference? Like there was a consumer as well. So whenever you want to use the store value, you have to mention the consumer there. But now here you just have to add the store to the like pass the store to the provider, and you can use it through the methods like in the pages counter. Now we are done with the actions, reducers, and creating the stores, right? Now we have to use the values here in our component. Okay. So in a counter, we want the count value here. So for that, we have use selector const state equal to use selector, and there we get the state callback function where we have all the state dot counter reducer. Here is a counter reducer. Okay. So if we have multiple reducer, we use state dot that particular reducer's name, so that all the properties come inside the variable which we are defining here. Here also you can write directly the count. Okay. It is saying object is of type unknown. Mm, Still it is not showing. Reducer state type. Yeah, here we have to return the type of store. I think this we don't need. So this should be there in a store. Okay, for now we'll do, first we'll check are we getting the value or not. Okay. Should have, why it is getting undefined. I think it is showing just inside the state because we are passing just only counter reducer, which is a single reducer is there. Because of that, it is showing the state here inside the state directly. So here we have count, can pass it here directly. Okay, so here we have count is 0. Okay, so now on click of that button, we want count should be increment, right? So we need to use the dispatch. It const dispatch equal to use dispatch from the React Redux. So inside the dispatch, we have to pass. Hello.
Sangas, just a minute. I have a small doubt. Like what we get in the use selector, from where we get that state.
That state like use selector is the React Redux callback function. Inside the state, we
Okay.
get all the like reducers, whatever we have used, like whatever we are
Okay.
passing that in the create store.
So we get reducers or else we get state
State
there.
only state.
Yeah.
I didn't get that point. Like in the use selector, did we get the state or store value or the reducers?
Where you are saying?
in which file?
So
In
here you have,
index.com. Here. In
yeah.
the you selected the state is we have mentioned the type any, right? To that state are we getting the store or we are getting the reducers there?
So here we are getting the store, like the value,
Okay.
initial value,
Okay.
what we have mentioned in initial state.
Okay, Sangarsh. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So on click of this increment button, we'll call the dispatch. Okay. And inside the dispatch, we have to pass the action. Like as we have created the actions here, so we have to pass here, like increment. One second. And inside the increment, we allowed to pass the payload. Okay. So here we are passing the payload as a 5. So the counter will be incremented by 5. Here we are dispatching the action, and action is here like increment action. And what to do, like what we wanted to do inside the action, we have mentioned there like the payload what we are passing. And inside the reducer, we have added the logic. Okay. So if you click here, it will increase by 5. The same thing we can do through the decrement. Okay, we'll decrement through the 2. Yeah, it is working. Okay, so the payload is like optional. We can do, we if you don't want to pass the payload, we like we can do like that way as well. By without passing the payload, we can do the operation. If the action is performed, the increment, we can increment through the 1 directly. We can mention it there inside the reducer here, like without payload. Like if you don't want to pass payload, we can increment through directly 1. So it will increment and it will decrement. So payload is like optional. If we have added the payload in the action, then only we can get that. So this is just a normal object which we are returning here, which has a type and the payload. Type specifies what to do inside the reducer. Like here, what we are going to do, if the action perform the increment, we're going to increment the count by 1. And here decrement will decrement by 1. Okay. So this is it. It's very simple. I think you get an idea. Do you have any question?
No, Sangarsh. Everything is clear.
Okay. So can you do one thing in your application? Can you implement that right away?
Okay, Sangarsh, but on for what we have to implement, I just want to, or this counter application or something else.
Yeah, something like you have login form, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Login form and the user list.
Yes, Sangarsh.
So for the login form, you can create a reducer for the login information, storing the login information. And
Okay.
for the like user list, you can have another reducer which has another like reducer, we can say.
Okay.
Yeah. Can anyone share your screen?
Yeah.
Sangarsh, you need to enable, allow us to share our screen, Sangarsh.
Okay, 1 second. Are you able to share now?
Yes, Sangarsh.
Yes, and is it visible? Here,
Yeah, can you like create a new folder there for the pages? And I had seen. Can you open the app TSS?
already. Yes, Sangarsh.
Yeah, it is like everything is there inside the app.
Yes, yes, Sangarsh.
User list is also there, right?
Yes, Sangarsh.
Yes, Sangarsh.
Okay. Can you create a new folder there in
Yeah,
SRC,
okay,
the
Sangarsh.
pages or like containers?
Or maybe if we create completely new one.
P can be capital. No, like you are following the small case, then it is fine. No, no, it is fine. Keep the small one because components and all the file you have given the small name.
Okay.
Yeah. Create a new file. Instead of creating new file, just create new folder. So everything should be there inside that folder so that if you want to find something, you can easily get that.
Okay. What will be the name of this folder?
You can create the login page here. Again, we can have the user list page. Just
Login
log in.
page.
No, no, just log in.
Okay. Login folder, right?
Yes, login folder.
In login folder, do I need to create files?
Yeah, and again inside the pages, you can create user list.
Okay, create another folder. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, now you can create new files and paste the code there so that your
Yeah.
code will be like separated
Yes. Yes.
and it will be like understandable.
Not written statements too, right? Yeah. Yeah, then that thing. Maybe we need to write some import statements and export those. What? Okay. Where this login? Yeah, this one. Reducer action. Reducer action to yep. Important and just import login. Ex- Okay. Imported inside the
Login is not imported.
yeah. Just I think we go to that.
User list also not imported, I guess.
Yeah, I just imported it.
లాస్ట్ లో ఒకటి కాపీ చేసా కదా.
App.css you might have imported there in login page or user list page.
What Sanghas?
The app.css you might have imported there in user list or login page.
Users list or login.
Yeah, there is a path which is different.
Okay, fine. Okay, okay.
Open the network.
Yes, sir. Network tab. Yeah, just.
Yeah, here go to the login.
Yeah. Okay.
Login page. Yeah, now just clear out and just click on the fetch XHR. Yeah, not, yeah. In a filter below the filter there is.
Wait, Sanghas.
Okay, no problem. Go in a preview. We have a token, right?
Yes.
Okay, so where we are keeping the token right now?
So I think we just
Ye-
storing.
In new state, we have created a small hook and we are storing in that.
Where?
Yeah, here.
In the state.
New state.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what we will do, we'll keep that token in login information, we can say. And in a user
Okay.
list, we will keep the whole list inside the reducer. Okay. So now, yeah, go on, create action, reducer, and store.
Yeah, in the pages only or else
In the pages, in the login, you can create the actions as
in
we
login.
had created in a counter, right? So likewise, you can do.
In login folder,
Yeah, create
I
one
will
file
create.
which is actions.txx, and inside the action, we will create action which we will like set the token. Okay,
Yeah.
export const.
Yes. Is this naming convention fine?
Yes, like could be the small one.
Okay.
Which returns the object. Okay.
Yeah. In object, its type is set token.
Yes.
Is this fine? Or
And the payload, like whatever the payload we are saying, we'll pass the payload just
payload is
normally.
string?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Payload
Data
type should be string.
string.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you
Directory.
don't need to write the payload likewise. You
Yeah.
just
Okay.
pass the payload, it will be like keep same.
Okay. Is it fine?
A is not there in load.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It's done.
Yeah. So set token and get token also you can do. No, get token you can get it easily through the selector. Set token and clear token. You can clear the token as well. So here you can like export cons, clear token.
Okay.
You can do with the help of set token as well by passing empty string. But yeah, still you can like
Yeah.
do actually.
So we don't
Here
need
we
any
don't need a
payload.
payload.
It's
We'll just
just an
clear it out.
object with type. Is it fine, Sangas?
Yeah, yeah. Now you can
So
create a new file which is reducer.
okay.
Just needs
Sorry.
Yeah,
So
here initial
here
state will
we
be
need
there.
to, yeah.
Yeah, because we have not used initial state, that's why it is giving the warning, I guess.
Okay. Do I need to create an interface for this?
And I don't think, but yeah, you can create.
interface. Either a P of and state flavor grasses token colon string.
For the interface, you can keep the state as yes capital because it's a type, so that you will get understand easily. State type.
State.
Result.
I'm getting an error here
Hover.
Why is it so?
in declaring the interface.
Global script for import export. Put the export before interface.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why it is necessary to keep export there?
new reducer for login.
Okay.
Login reducer.
Login reducer.
It should be export.
Export const login reducer.
L should be
I
small.
think it's token.
Sorry?
Login reducer L should be small.
L should be small.
R
Capital.
should be capital like reducer. So here we have two things.
Yes. One is state and it is initial state. What is that?
Maybe we need
This should be equal to because you are assigning
Okay.
value to the state.
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Mm,
Actually,
okay. Do I need
if
to
we use
write
it,
in?
then the error will go. No, 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 no. If we use it, the error will go.
put that
Okay.
interface in action file, so that that will be like specific for the actions for now. But you can create new file like for the types and you can paste it there later on.
Uh,
Okay.
Suggestion.
okay, Santosh.
Yeah.
Uh, type will be of string,
Yeah.
and payload will be, let's assume it to be any for
Payload
some
will
time
be,
being.
yeah, yes, optional.
Any.
Not in
Okay.
string.
Equal to
A should be capital for action type.
Okay, Samesh. Thank you. So here we need to write first we will do structure, the action, and the payload.
So payload and type.
type.
Yes. Action. And here I am write a switch.
Switch action of type. Okay, type.
Okay, type.
Hmm. Columns, I guess.
Case.
Case, first case.
Case increment.
No, set can
Okay.
set to can. We have to return. We have to pass the initial script first and then token is equal to payload.
Payload, yes.
Is it fine, Sangharsh?
Yes, yes.
Outside. It's another place.
Yeah, it is already outside. Like if you put format, it will be come back.
Okay. Create token.
Is everyone doing the same or like are they watching?
Okay. Opening the state.
So here we need to just
keep
return the
token
empty
as
string.
empty string, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Default return. Let's return state.
Return the state. Yeah, the same thing you have to do in the user list as well.
Yeah. Okay, Sangharsh. So first I like where to combine and create the state.
Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah. Create one store there inside the SRC.
Okay, a folder for the state or just a file.
You can create the folder or you can like create new file there directly. We don't need a like folder because there will be a single file.
Okay. In SRC, right?
Yeah.
Store.tsx. T6.
Import.
No, here you just have to export const store or you can write create store.
Okay. Just we need to import that something statement create store or like legacy as store. Create
Yeah,
store.
import the
Sorry.
create store. from React Redux. No, it is not default. Inside the bracket you
In
have to put.
keyboard braces, we should keep it. Okay.
From Redux.
Redux. We need to install Redux.
Yeah, this should be string.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to install
This
the Redux.
it's Sangarsh, we need to install it.
Yes, yes.
npm
npm Redux
Redux.
and other React Redux.
Redux. Redux. Yes. Yeah. Uh, so,
Yeah, just scroll it. You'll get
yes.
one line like
Yes,
below.
Sangarsh. Yeah, here we go.
Also, you have to like import the combine reducer.
Okay. This
No,
from Redux
you can.
React.
The combine reducer is also from the Redux.
Okay. Put a comma. So where I coming is, I think it's automatically import.
Yes, yes.
So I need to import the reducer. Login reducer. Okay. And then
Yeah, actually, this takes object. Inside the object, you can pass all the reducers.
okay, so is it fine?
Yes, yes.
Here we need to give
Here we have to like explore, and inside that just pass the reducer.
properties. Const storing. Yes. Const storing. Okay. Yeah, is it fine?
Yes, yes. Just format it.
Sangat, I didn't get it.
Yes, yes. Just format the code. There are
Form.
multiple spaces.
Yes. అంటే index.tsx మెయిన్ ఫైల్ అక్కడ ఇక్కడ వీరైతే ఇంపార్టెంట్
Go inside the index.tsx.
యా yes index.tsx I think it's better to wrap in the app.
Wrap with the. Yeah, you can do that as well. Like above
Yeah.
the browser router, you can
Yeah.
write the provider.
Okay.
Hello.
Mute.
दोनों रेस्ट लेने के लिए होगा
Yes.
दोनों
Yes.
What's your name?
Subramanian.
Subramanian.
Yes.
And you?
Vansi Krishna.
Yes.
React,
You are in
Redux
copy?
training. Redux.
So this is Rails training. They both are going to take a Rails training.
Oh,
Not React.
Okay, so
So
currently they are doing
They
some
are
React.
we are in
React
React
training.
training
React
online.
Oh,
In
Yes,
this room?
it's going.
yeah.
In this room?
Yes.
I don't think.
not in this room, but the same session is going on online.
Yeah.
So you enroll for the React also?
No, only for React.
Only for React.
Okay, so then who is there
For
on the
Vega?
Rails?
Can feel. दीड ते साडेतीन ठेवलं आणि आपला 3 ते 5 ठेवलं क्लॅश नाही होणार म्हणून मला बोलू
Thank you.
अरे अर्ध्या तासात होणार आहे, नको टेन्शन घेऊ मी आलो फक्त
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Yes. Sangash?
Yes, Sanghas, is it fine?
Yes. Yeah. Just try to access the store inside the login.
Store inside the login.
Yeah.
No, inside the login index.tsx.
Yes.
Yeah, use reducer, use selector and get the values there.
Store.
Uh, Instead of store, you can write the state.
State.
Okay.
Now you can get that state dot login reducer. Use selector.
State dot login reduce.
Yeah, use selector.
Selector login.
Select.
Just give the state.
Dot login reducer.
And it returns state.
State dot login reducer.
State dot login reducer.
Yeah. Earlier we were not like wrapping inside the combined reducer, right? So that's why it was giving on the state only. Now we have combined reducer.
Okay. And I'm getting error.
Yeah, you can use the token directly by destructuring.
We have blocked this link for another training.
Okay.
So you are planning to training component, right?
Yes.
So can you to another one?
Okay.
Okay. Sangash, just give
Sanghas,
me a
just give
minute.
me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yeah.
So do one thing, use alias
Yeah,
there for the
getting it.
token. As you have used token already, just uncomment the code, which is 53 line. And for the token, just use alias there, like colon and give other name.
Okay. I didn't get it. Here I need to give another.
No, no, not there. Here, in a 56 line.
Okay. The 56 line?
Yeah. Just
Token one.
colon.
Colon.
Now you can give the token one.
Okay. And still I'm getting state cannot be found.
That state and any you should wrap in bracket. State and any. Yeah. Now you can
Yeah.
console the token one. Token one. As we are giving the alias as token one.
Yes.
Yeah, and put the initial value as something else. As we have a normal string, right? In initial state. Inside the reducer.
Yes.
Inside the reducer.
Inside the reducer, yeah, okay.
Yeah, here we token as empty, right? So just give some initial value so that we'll get it's working.
Okay.
Yeah, we are getting right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's I think it's already stored.
It's object of token, right?
Yes.
So do one thing. Instead of giving that token, give the name as like state. No, no, not here. In the index.tsx.
Here. Here.
Here, login reducer. Here you have used the token, right? Inside the token again, like why we are getting?
So I didn't get the point. Somewhere.
Do one thing on 56 line, just give some name on const and console that.
Yeah, I think we did not dispatch it.
No, no, that is fine, but we are getting the object, right? So we want just normal string there, so that we will replace it to that token.
So here I just need to declare a variable.
No, no, just do one thing. Just comment out that 53 line.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of token, you are destructured it, right? So there we should have one token which is actually that is object we are getting token one, but we want that should be
Yes.
like just normal token. So that's why do one thing, uncomment that line first so that we will not get error. Instead of that destructuring, just write some variable, any temporary variable there. So we'll get an idea what exactly we are getting there. Don't use state as you have used state there
Mm,
already.
P, yeah. Okay. Some variable P.
Have you used state?
Some variable.
No, I didn't use
Yeah,
it.
you can use the state then. And console that state, what we are getting, just check.
Yes.
It's in previous it's reloading, right?
It's taking much time to reload. Yeah, we are getting token here directly.
No, we have not get anything yet.
No, no, no. The previously we have wrote that code, right? From there, I guess we are getting the normal method. Add plus.
Go inside the login reducer.
Login reducer. Yes.
Here we are passing the token as a payload, which is fine.
But still we are not dispatching it. I don't know how we are getting it.
What?
Here directly we are getting token.
Yes, you are right. I think that was the earliest one, maybe.
Yes.
It has not refreshed yet. Just close that terminal and run it again.
Okay.
Open console.
Yes, we are getting the object.
Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Now you can,
Sangharsh, it's working.
yeah, now you can use the token directly there.
Where Sangharsh?
Yeah, do one thing. Uh, just do Control Z as we had a token, right? Restructured.
Yes.
Yeah. Remove that
Like
token one,
this.
which we have aliased. Aliased one. Yeah. Now
Okay.
comment out that 53 line, and instead of set token, just dispatch that action what we had
Okay.
earlier. Find the set token and replace that there. You have to use one const dispatch and equal to use dispatch first.
Okay. Like we have already dispatched by using the use reducer. So what can I use here?
Okay.
Another variable. This I can
Redux dispatch you can use. Redux dispatch.
dispatch one.
No. Redux dispatch you can use.
Yeah, but here I think the naming convention will be same, so that is why I'm using it.
Yes. So name you can use the Redux dispatch so that will
Okay.
be like differ
Yes.
and use dispatch. Yeah.
Is it fine, Sandesh?
Yes. Now just do Redux dispatch and inside that just pass that action by passing the token.
Okay. What is the action? Action is set token. Set token is
Object.
set token of, and here data dot Yes, Sangarsh, it's done.
So do one thing, just click on that button so that it will be like change.
Yeah, I'm not consoling it. Just a minute, I will console.
No, you have displayed the token, so that will be shown on the screen
Yeah,
directly.
it will navigate also. That is why I'm consoling.
Okay, okay, no problem. So if you are navigating, you will not get a console as well here.
Sangarsh?
Uh,
Yeah, we got the token. Yes, we got it.
Okay.
Yes, Sangarsh, we got it. Do we? Let's implement it to the users list also.
Yes, yes. Just copy the file.
Again, yeah, actions and reducers file.
Yes, yes, and paste it inside the users list.
Okay.
Here you can save the user's information.
Yes, Sangarsh.
And once it is done, what you have to do, you have to just pass it to that
The
compiler.
users list. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So instead of passing that any, you can pass the type there.
Okay, Sangarsh.
Yeah.
So here I need to write set to users list like the function
just
like
users.
type reduce. What is this action? Set users list. Set users list and the type is users list and here the payload will be there, Sangarsh.
Well, it will be J.
It is not string.
It's an object.
I think we have declared in the
Yeah,
here.
it's date user, right? User array.
Yeah, here we get users array, Sangarsh.
Get user
Okay. You can maintain the array as well.
What, Sangarsh?
You can maintain the array as well inside the reducer.
I need. I just want to know in what do I mention the type of the payload here while
Yeah, type should
writing the
be
action.
that array, what you have specified.
Yes. User array. Yes. I think this is what we are giving as payload here. I think
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
need to
in
write.
Reducer, we need to create an interface like that. Import that interface maybe.
So here also you have to give that user list. What you have used inside the user list, keep the name same so that you can replace it there directly.
I didn't get it, Sangarsh. What do you mean?
Inside the index.tsx, just check what you have given the name.
Index.txs. Okay.
Yeah, here what you have given the name for maintaining the list users.
Users. Yes.
Yeah, you can give the same name so that you will just have to replace the that users, and
Yes.
instead of set user you can fire that action.
Yeah. Users and it's an empty string. and the state type is users, and it's an user array of this interface users. User, I need to import this. I think where it is. Action user from
User types.ts.
user array of users. Okay, perfect. And here I need to write user list red user and initial state
Instead of this,
action.
you can keep the user reducer so that whenever you are like adding the state value, like if you want
Yeah.
to add something there, you can add it. So this
User
reducer,
state.
yeah, this reducer is just for like user list. So all the information will be there. Like in case in future, if you want to add something, you can add it directly in initial state, and you can set it directly through the action.
Okay, Sandesh.
Yeah. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes,
Sandesh.
Sandesh.
If we need to delete a user or we need to update a user details, so on that case it will be very helpful for us.
Yeah, in case if you want to filter it out, or in case if you want to like add some other information, like maintain some other information which we use in other components across the app,
Yeah.
there we can add the value inside the initial state.
Yes. Yes, Sandesh.
Yeah,
Is it fine or something we are missing?
yeah, is I think that is fine.
Yeah. Okay,
Now
Sandesh.
do one thing, inside that combined reducer, just pass the user's reducer.
Yes. Here. Where it is store. Where is the store?
The last one
Hmm?
above the git ignore.
Yeah. Here I need to pass it, Sandesh.
Yeah, yeah.
Users. Yes.
Check name what the name is.
Yeah. Yes, Sandesh. Users register. And
Go to quick fix.
where?
Quick fix. Add import.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you can check it inside the user list. Are you getting or not? Now you can
Sandesh.
use that user list inside the login as well. Like wherever you wanted to use, you can use it
Yeah,
because
Sandesh.
you have a single store.
Yeah. So here I need to write so what we
Yeah,
can
just
we destructure here users
yeah,
and this use selector and we get state as prop here and and here we need only state dot
user
Data.
list.
users reducers, right?
Yes, right.
Users reducer. So now I can comment. I'm getting an error here. And
Yeah, instead of passing any, I have pasted the code in a chat. Just add
okay.
that and paste it.
Where is the chat?
What?
It is not
In the
visible.
chat.
Yes, Anish.
Yeah, keep that line in store and import
Okay.
that whenever we are using that store.
So in the store, What is this, Sangars?
So this is the type, like we are returning the type of store, like whatever the state
Okay,
we have, we are just returning the type of that. So that instead of any, we'll give that root state.
root state.
Yeah.
Okay, store dot.
So copy the root state and like give instead of any.
Okay, Sangars. Here I need to use the root state run. Sangars.
Yeah. Root state type, you can give the name.
Okay, here I need to change the root state type.
Yes.
State type. Okay. And here it's root state type. Oh shit. Yes, Sangars, it's done.
Yeah. And also in user as well. User index.tsx.
Yes, yes, Sangars.
I think before the dot, you can give the question mark. So it will be like optional. Before the dot. Still it is giving error. So for the user, uh, are we getting
Copy
or not?
item
Still?
from yes.
But it will not run because we have commented the code.
Once comment that filter statement and
For now, comment that and use alias there.
Sangars.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sangars, I didn't get it.
Yeah. For now, just uncomment that 14 line code.
Okay.
Yeah. And instead of users, just give the alias for that and just check are we getting the users or not.
Okay. Yeah, we are getting an empty array.
Yeah. Now it is empty array because we have not set anything, right?
Yes, yes, Sangars.
Yeah. And users, what we are getting there?
In yeah, in users we are getting empty array, so we need to dispatch now.
Yes, right. So this is the action and then try.
Yeah. Dispatch here, yes. Okay. Dispatch of what's the reducer? User here. It's gone. No. Users. And
This will not be like users user. This is the action. Set user or something else. What you have.
Sangars? Sangarsh, your voice is breaking.
Hello.
Yes, Sangarsh, it's clear now.
Yeah, we have to pass the action there inside the dispatch, not reducer.
Yes, yes. Sorry. We need to. Okay, sorry,
dispatch
sorry,
action.
Sangarsh. It's my bad.
Type.
Yeah, Sangarsh, it's done. Let's check. Yes, Sangarsh, we are. But it's we are not getting the UI.
That means
Because there is
we need
a
to use the same name for.
yeah, because we are not given the like inside the use callback the dependency. In use effect, you have not passed the
Yes, perfect. If you do that, the filter is not working. Sangarsh.
okay. What is filter does not exist on neighbor. Users try by checking the length users dot length and
Where, Sangarsh?
on line 24 just write users dot length
Okay.
and before on the start.
Here,
Yes, users dot
users
length
dot length.
and
Uh, okay.
it is getting
Same. I think it's the type of the users is taken as never. That is, property length does not exist on the type never. We are getting that.
that should not be there. So in a root state type, we have the type, right? So which is fine.
Yes.
Comment that function for now
Okay.
and comment the call as well for that function.
Okay, Santosh.
No, if you commit everything, comment, right?
Yes, Santosh, we are getting same while iterating on the same list also. While mapping and to display the UI also.
Okay.
Put a question mark. Still, no.
Give the type inside the map for user. No, but we are not
Okay.
getting anything in the users, right? So that's why it is getting.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, give the state type as any for now. Try is it working?
Yeah. Yep. Bye.
Okay.
User.
It's warning only, right? Warning or no? It's warning only, right?
It's just a warning, and the UI is working perfectly. And we are getting some errors.
Give the type to the user. And index as a number.
Type any for the user.
No, just a user.
Okay. And
And for the index, we have a number.
yes. Yes, it's working fine.
Okay, but we should not give the any type.
Yes.
Now try by changing the type of state.
Okay, to root state type, and we are getting the same error.
Do users first and then and
Also same error, Samar.
map does not exist on type never.
Okay. Users dot length greater than 0, ampersand like that.
It's a type error.
Same. That's dot
Length itself is not.
okay, got it.
Mm, this may be a reason of this
Hmm.
error.
Yeah, we are passing the never there. We should have some particular type.
Yes. Okay. Um, where it is.
Go inside the reducer.
Okay. Yes.
Here we have to use the type.
So here I can I write the type as
It would be return type, right?
yes, we are returning the state, and I can state type user. Just a second. Errors count is increasing. Users. Anyway, users type string or undefined. Correct.
Okay, clash collision. Same name.
For the reducer, we should have some state type and action type.
Yes, Sangat, we have declared here
We
use.
have not given the type to the initial state.
Yes, this is our initial state, and we have given
For
here
the user, we
this
have
type,
empty
state type.
empty array. Here we should have
And
empty array. Line number 30.
empty. Yeah, is it fine, Sangat?
We had earlier, right?
We had it here. This is also user, this is also user.
Yes.
Okay.
Instead of payload optional, just keep it like mandatory. And the payload is not string in this case.
Yeah. Here is the bug.
Payload is user type,
It is
user of list.
yes. Users list type. Yes. Yes. Now it's fine. Do we need to declare the type here also?
No, actually we are going to type inside that the state and action. I don't think we need. Are you getting the same error now as well?
Yes, Sagar. It is still never and never only.
Empty object.
Root state type.
Yes.
Hmm.
Type as time, and here I'm getting error.
It should not happen. I don't know why. Give the type to the state.
Sagar,
Yeah, give the type to the state.
hello. Where Sagar? I didn't get it.
For the state.
Here?
Yeah. After the state, just use colon.
Yeah. Still type. Yes, Sagar. Index, yeah, doesn't gone. Still, it is never only.
Go inside that root. Sorry, store.tsx.
Okay, yes, Sagar.
Here we have the get state.
It's at least this line.
Okay, one second. Huh?
Yeah, Sagar.
Hi Kiran.
Okay, hi Sangarsh. Yes.
So actually we are facing a issue
Yes.
in the stores type.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help us?
Okay, could you repeat, please?
Yeah, actually we are facing a issue by
Mm-hmm.
passing the type to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there like we have to pass the any type, so which is not proper. So I think you can help us. Can you show that? Hello, Subramaniam.
Yes, sir. Yeah, here we are getting the type as never for the user. That's it. Here in use selector where we are returning
It's showing login reducer never.
the type as the never for the user which we are destructuring here.
So Kiran, actually if we pass the any here for the
Mm-hmm.
state, it is working properly. But
Mm-hmm.
on net I found that there we can pass the root state type. So can
Mm-hmm.
you go inside the store?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yes,
Oh,
yes, Sandesh.
okay, okay. So tell me, when the reduce store is initialized, what does it contain? Like a proper object or null? Like how
So
how each transition happens is the question. Like.
yeah, in a root
Yes,
reducer.
yeah, in root reducer it will be a initial state of users and the
Mm-hmm.
user's type is this Kiran.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So user has user type. Okay, initial state. Okay. Mm. Okay, actually, I also need to check once. Okay. Uh, okay. I'll also check and we'll get back in some time today. Will it be fine? I'm also not aware of it. No.
Okay, Kiran.
No.
Okay, then for now.
Is it blocker right now, or we can wait for some time?
No, actually, we are done with the multiple reducers implementation.
Okay.
Yes,
So that
but
was
the only thing is the type. That's it.
Okay.
so
Okay.
it is
Got it.
not like blocker.
Okay. We will get back to you then, Subramaniam, in some time today. Yeah.
Okay, Kiran.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, Kiran, thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, bye. Hello.
Yes, Sandesh.
Yeah, for now, just pass the any there and try it is working or not.
Okay.
And sorry, I forgot to take the break.
Yeah, that's fine. No, not
Not
here.
here.
Yeah.
In a state. Yeah.
Yes, it's working fine. Sandesh.
Yeah.
Yes, we are getting Sandesh.
So is there everything is clear to you or like, or do you have any questions on reducers?
Yeah, almost done. Sandesh, can you please summarize?
Summarize the entire thing.
That's it.
Okay.
So working on multiple files, it's like, oh, that's the only thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So shall I share my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
Sandesh. Just a minute, I will stop sharing.
So session we have learned like what is the Redux and when to use and how to use that with single reducer and also the multiple reducers as well. Also, we have seen the principles like it is a single source of truth and we can perform the action only through the like pure function. Okay. And some of the JavaScript concept also like we have seen. Then the reducer function, actually what exactly it is. We have seen the state and action and what we do pass inside the action like type and the payload. Also, we work with the stores. Like we have created one store and For the single store, we have used multiple reducers, and we have used the providers for providing the store to all over the app. Then we have combining reducers, as we have a method, as just we have seen. For combining the multiple reducers, we have a method like combine reducers from the Redux. Then for alternatives like context API, we have seen like this is also the same like reducer, but we don't need to add new extra library there in the context API. The context API provides by the React only, but for if your application is like bigger, that time we preferably use the Redux. And I have given some references there. You can check it in the PPT as well. And yeah, thank you. Do you have any questions?
No, Sanghas, if you have any, definitely we will ping you.
Yeah, sure.
We will disturb you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining the session.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sanghas.
Sanghas. Thank you so much.